And I think this is very big that you have a schedule. And again, I have yet to meet a successful entrepreneur who doesn't have some kind of schedule. Even with the venture capital guys I work with that have $100 million or $50 million, and you go, well, you mean they carry a day planner? This is what they say a lot. Clay, I want to meet with you this week. Call my assistant. She'll schedule me. I just don't want to. I don't want to overcommit. I want to make sure I can be there.
Yeah.
And then they're there like clockwork.
Yeah.
But you've got to schedule. What you schedule will happen.
It gives me the ability to make appointments within the time frame. It gives me control of my time as well. Also, whenever people say, "Well, make time to read," or "make time to work out," or "make time," and you think, "Well, what does that really mean?" You have to actually write it down and put in there. And I like to make as much as possible, make those things happen. Like if it's working out, it needs to be at the same time every day. For me, I don't wake up at a different time on Saturdays and Sundays. I wake up at the same time 7 days a week, and it helps me to stay in that flow, and it gives me the ability not to just kind of do it part of the time. And because Monday, if I sleep until 9 on Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to want to sleep until 9 on Monday. So I get up at 5:30 every single day of the week, and it works really well. What do I do when I get up? What do you do? I've had people, why? What do you do? Well, I read, or I write, or I plan stuff, or I do things that otherwise wouldn't happen at 8 o'clock at night.
Well, video guys, I know you can't necessarily. We probably, I'm not asking for an auditory response, I guess, because we don't have you all mic'd. But everyone that we've interviewed so far, they all pretty much get up 5:30. And what's funny is that there's nobody that we're interviewing that gets up at like 10.
Right.
And I would say that as we build Thrive and it gets bigger and bigger, I bet you that we'll find maybe 1 out of 50 that don't get up early. Yeah. And it's why? Do they all get together and have a conspiracy and say, we're going to get up at 5:30? No, it's because you have to read, you have to make a plan, you have to have a to-do list. And if you don't, you just can't be successful. And I know it sounds horrible, but you just cannot be successful. I hope you're hearing me. You cannot be successful if you do not have a plan, a to-do list, goals. It's just not going to happen.
Yep.
You've got to have that. So now we're talking about point number 8 here. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. Now, in life, the true goal for wealth building isn't how much money somebody can make, but how much money he or she can keep. You hear about Antoine Walker. Antoine, I hope you're doing great. The last time that we read about you, you had spent, I think, $60 million, and you spent it all, and now you're bankrupt after an MBA career where you made $60 million. Alan Iverson, if you're watching, Alan, we want to help you. But Alan made $100-something million and he spent it all. And you go, well, that's Alan Iverson. That's so stupid. I could never do it. Really? What I have found is that everybody, regardless of the income level, always spends it all. Mm-hmm. And this is a human nature thing. So there are countless examples of people winning the lottery and end up going completely broke. Braxton, in your mind, why do most people who win money or who gain wealth through folly, why do they lose it all?
Because they don't understand or appreciate the principle and the value of boundaries. I think that boundaries and borders, you build a fence around your property to keep things from just anything from coming in, and you build a fence around a garden so that deer don't eat your whatever, if that's what you do. You've got to build some fences and some boundaries, not just for others, but also for yourself. You have to set up boundaries for yourself. That's what a plan or a budget is. Budget is kind of this word that people don't like. Oh, that sounds very restrictive. It actually gives you freedom in order to, when you set up that boundary of a budget for specific areas of your spending and saving and giving life, you will actually feel more free and be able to keep more of your money.
Well, I've noticed here with budgeting and something that just, it's amazing to me is, I met a guy, he's a school teacher, who actually has a net worth of north of $1 million. A school teacher. He actually invested in Thrive. And I'm like, what? And, in high school they teach you that thing, well, if you set $2,000 a month and you set it aside every month, then eventually you'll have $1 million. He actually did it. Mm-hmm. And so he's like 55 and he's got over $1 million. And I think it's unbelievable how much you can become, how well off you can become without even having a big income.
Yeah.